Hey everybody, and welcome back to It's the Journey. This is season 2 of It's the Journey, and we signed up for Dopey again. So this will be our 6th time of doing Dopey, so you get a new training series with me going through my training program for Dopey. Run Disney Dopey 2023, so that's what we're going to do. This is going to be our 6th time running Dopey. My wife and myself, we've only ever run Dopey together, so it's 6 times for both of us. So this is going to be the training series 2, season 2, whatever you want to call it, however you want to refer to it. I'm just glad you're here. Tonight it is, what is it, Monday, October 1st. We're on October 1st, and we signed up, so we knew what we were getting into. We signed up for this, I think back in June, and as things happen, as life happens, we just haven't been really training. It's not like we haven't been running at all. We just haven't committed to an official training cycle series. So we need to get that started because it's already August 1st. Which is, I guess that's like 6 months to go. It's like 5 months, I guess. Is it really only 5 months? Wow. Tonight I am going out for 4 miles. I have no time goals or anything. My goal tonight is to get those 4 miles done and get started on my training journey again. Because it is the journey. It's the journey that we're on. So I'm gonna get out there now, do my 4 miles. I'll check in with you at the turnaround, like I always do. And one thing I'm gonna try not to do this year that I did so much was complain about the heat. I know once fall started coming around, it ended up not being an issue, but I'm gonna try not to do that. I know I focused a lot on the heat in my early runs last year. I'm gonna try not to do that this year. So, you're welcome. Oh my gosh, it's so damn hot. Okay, that promise lasted about 20 minutes. Sorry. It's 93 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. It's hot. It's August. 2 more months of this, and we're sailing into fall. Can't wait. Can't wait. So, old viewers of my training series, you probably are aware that last year I was pretty down on Disney, on the Disney company as a whole, and I am happy to say that that opinion hasn't changed. In fact, it's probably gotten worse. Latest gripe about the Disney company and Disney parks in particular is last week they released Magic Band Plus. What is even the point of this thing? So, if you've been around long enough, you know Pal Mickey, you know Glow at the Show. Those were great concepts for interactivity with guests and the parks themselves, right? Pal Mickey was this little plush thing that would be activated by sensors around the park. He'd tell you cool jokes. He'd let you know wait times of certain things, what times shows were going to start, trivia. He would clue you in, to cool stuff happening around the park. $60 for this plush Pal Mickey, and about a year later, I'm pretty sure all of the Pal Mickey sensors had been disabled. Glow with the Show, kind of a similar thing. I think that started out at Disneyland. Disneyland, that's west. West is that direction. Disneyland, and they were these Mickey hats that had translucent white Mickey ears on top of them that would light up with LEDs, and they would be synchronized to the evening show that was going on. So the fireworks, the evening parade, things going on at Disneyland Park and at Disney California Adventure. I don't know how long that thing lasted, but pretty much had the same fate as Pal Mickey. Eventually, they just phased it out and never mentioned it again. Oh, they also had paintbrush like wand things that would light up with the show. I mean, they all sound cool and they get guests to buy crap. So that's what I am analogizing Magic Band Plus as. It's just another gimmick to get you to spend $35, $45 on some new technology that interacts with the 50th anniversary gold statues. The lights, it has LED lights on it. They synchronize to the evening shows. So Bargemonious and Happily Ever After, or whatever it's called now. I don't know. It's not Happily Ever After. I mean, it's only been out a week, and sure, you know, they may address some things, but it was plagued with early adopter bugs. Didn't go smoothly. People had to, well, you got to charge the thing for one in order for it to work. So people would get them, open up the box, and they'd, you know, have less than 50% charge or 10% charge. If you were lucky, you got one with a full charge, but from what I was hearing, those are few and far between. And you had to update them, so you had to link them to your phone and your My Disney Experience app, and then they had to have a firmware update. And then if you were lucky enough to have a battery and or a way to charge them, you were able to use it right out of the package after about, you know, 5 to 10 minutes worth of setup. But again, you're just walking around, you're waving at these statues, and yeah, they'll say something, they'll respond. It'll check off a checkbox on your Disney Play app that you checked in at that statue, but really, who cares? Oh yeah, there's games. You can play a bounty hunter game at Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. But if they don't keep up with it, adding things to it, addressing these, you know, minor little issues or hiccups that come along, that is gonna go the way of Pal Mickey, you know, the way of Glow with the Show. People are gonna be stuck holding these $45 Magic Bands that really the only purpose they serve now is that of a standard regular Magic Band. So I don't know, I don't get it. It's not for me, obviously it's not for me, but that's just one thing that I'm not real keen on. I'm also not keen, they're still not selling annual passes. So this is August 1st. The last time they sold annual passes was last October into November for a few weeks, and then cut that off. They still have the park pass reservation system, so no spur of the moment plans, you know, cropping up to go to a park on any given day. You got to make your reservation, and if they're out of reservations that day, well, you got to take, you know, option 2, 3, or 4 if any of those are available. And then you still can't park hop until 2 p.m. which, rumor has it, they may also be adding park pass reservations to your park hopping. So they've removed so much value that it's really hard to go to Disney World and be a parks fan, which I am, and my family has been since 1999, which is as long as we've been going. Which is why in January, first couple days that we're there, we'll be staying at a Disney resort club level, which is something we've never done before. No park tickets, at least for those first at least 2, if not 3 days. And we're going to be really selective about how many tickets we buy, because we've been on 3 trips so far this year. January, we went in May, and we just got back from a family trip, an extended length trip, 9 days with our family back in a couple weeks ago, back in July. And we've had to buy individual park tickets for each one of those trips. And I haven't done the math on this and added it up. We've paid more in individual theme park admission this year then we've had to pay for an entire year's worth of travel in past years. Now, that really makes it difficult to be a fan of Disney. I still love Run Disney though. If anything positive is to be taken away from this conversation, it's that I still love Run Disney, and I love the Run Disney experience. I love training for a goal. I love getting that reward of a vacation, a trip at the end of my training, and then the victory lap of the races themselves. Getting to run through the parks, getting up at 2:30 in the morning, getting to spend a week with my friends that I've made through Run Disney, and just having the time of our lives. And I don't need to step foot into a park to do that. Now, there are things inside the parks that I love to do, but I just don't need to. I could be completely fulfilled going to Disney World and not stepping foot into a park and just enjoying the resort, enjoying Disney Springs, enjoying everything that the property as a whole has to offer. Resort hopping, lounge hopping, shopping, eating, dining. Oh my gosh, the dining. It's amazing. So, end of rant. I have now made it 2.5 miles, so my cool down walk on the way back has turned into a half-mile cool down. So that means I've got 1 mile and 1/2 mile left to go, which is a weird way of saying 1.5 miles. So I will see you in 1.5 miles to sign off and say farewell for the evening. Hey everybody, we are done. Apologies for the noise, the neighbor is mowing, can't help that. But we did 4 miles tonight in 46 minutes and 8 seconds. That is an 11-minute, 30-second average pace. Don't forget, I took a half-mile walk break in there, so gonna slow you down a little bit on average. All in all, it was fine. It was 4 miles, I got it done. Let's see, what else can we talk about? So our previous 3 trips this year, we did January, May, and then again in July. So we stayed at Coronado Springs, Gran Destino Tower in January. Gran Destino Tower has my heart. That is my absolute favorite place to stay. Coronado Springs proper is wonderful as well. The Gran Destino Tower is just it's mountains above just the regular Coronado Springs experience. I would not turn down either the Ranchos or Gran Destino Tower, the other ones, but Gran Destino Tower is just my absolute all-time favorite. In May, we stayed at All Star Movies. We loved the movies, at least I did. I love the new refurb that they did, the modern refurb that they did to the values. I don't think it belongs in the moderates and above, but I think it is on point at the values. And then a couple weeks ago in July, we stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter. We hadn't stayed there in a long time, but we loved that too. I mean, we had a great location. The room was a nice size for all 4 of us, my wife and 2 sons. We had a great time. You know, we just love it. I mean, we love the Disney World resort experience. I'm gonna sign off because there's a lot of noise coming from right over there, and I'm running out of memory cards, so I will talk to you later. Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Thursday, August 4th. And before we get started tonight, I want to wish happy anniversary to my mother and father-in-law. They had their anniversary on Tuesday. Was that? No, it wasn't. It was my parents on Tuesday. That's what it was. My parents had their anniversary on Tuesday, and then my in-laws had their anniversary on Wednesday, yesterday. So happy anniversary to Mom and Dad, and happy anniversary to Kim and Kathy. Got that out of the way. So I feel I owe you all a bit of an apology. I was a bit negative and ranty on Monday, and for that I am sorry, and I am going to try to think of something positive to talk to you about tonight. So while I go out on my run, let me think about that, and I will get back to you when I turn around. So tonight we are doing, oh gosh, what are we doing? Trying to get the sun out of there. So let's do this. Let's go for 6 miles tonight. 6 miles. I think I'm ready for that. So we did 4 miles on Monday, such a long time ago, and we're gonna do 6 miles tonight. I don't know what Saturday brings. I think maybe it's 7. I don't know. We kind of switched up the schedule a little bit to accommodate work weekends and holidays in the future, so it's all over the place. But tonight's gonna be 6 miles. It is much cooler tonight. It's only 82 degrees instead of the 93 degrees that it was on Monday, so I am thankful for that, and I'm gonna put these miles in. I'll see you in a bit. All right, 3 miles in, 31 minutes exactly. So that's about 10 minutes, 33.333333 seconds per mile on average pace. All right, I've got a positive story for you. So this year, I set a goal for myself, and I reached that goal the first weekend in April. In the first weekend of April, I ran the Go St. Louis half marathon, and my goal was to run a sub 2 hour marathon, and I did it. I trained pretty much from when we got back from Disney World Marathon in January all the way up until that first weekend in April. I trained diligently, but I wasn't married to my training schedule. But when I went out and trained, I trained hard. I trained to run fast, and I did it. So sub 2 hours was my goal, and I don't have my official time off the top of my head, but I completed in 1 hour 54 seconds. I'm sorry, 1 hour 54 minutes. So 1 hour 54 minutes, and I don't know what the seconds were, but I ran with the 2 hour pace group for probably the first 3 miles, and I started overtaking them. So rather than hold myself back and run with them, I just ran at a pace that I was comfortable with, which was faster than the 2 hour pace group. And my goal then was to, try to stay ahead of them for the remainder of the run, which I did. They eventually did catch up with me in the last 1/10 of a mile. So the long and short of it is, they ran a 1:54 as well. But yeah, I did it on my own. I set a goal for myself, and I met that goal. So right now, my goal is to finish this 6 mile run. Got about 3 miles left. It's been a long time since I've run 6 miles. This first 3 miles has been a little bit more difficult than I would like, than I really even thought it would be. But I'm doing it, and I'm gonna finish it, and I will see you in just a few. Well, I am finished. I did 6 miles, but I don't know my time because, well, Nike Plus Run Club or whatever it is logged me out, and now I can't check in on my run because I've already cleared it off my watch. So 6 miles are done. It wasn't spectacular. I did a lot of walking on the last 3 miles because, whew, I am not used to running that kind of distance yet. So I did want to mention though, one important detail that I left out from the Go St. Louis half marathon is our friend Emily from New Jersey, who runs the Run Disney races with us. She came and spent the weekend with us. She ran as well. So we all got to do that together. It was myself, it was Emily, it was my wife Stacy, and then Jenny, who you met last year during our running training runs. We all ran the Go St. Louis half. We had a great time. Spent the weekend in St. Louis, seeing the sights. Emily had never been, so we took her up in the arch. Ate some great food. Just had an all-around great time. And we would love to do that again. So, who knows? Who knows what the future brings? Tomorrow is Friday and it's a rest day, so that's usually the night that Stacy and I go out, have some dinner, enjoy each other's company, just have a nice relaxing end of the week. But back at it on probably Saturday, which you will see right after this. Hey everyone, it is Sunday, so guess what didn't happen yesterday, Saturday? That's right, my long run. Well, you know, things happen. Had to do some chores around the house and just didn't get around to it. So it's Sunday, August 7th. It is 10 minutes before 7 a.m. It is already 75 degrees. But that's not the reason why I'm out here. I'm not out here to try to beat the weather. I'm out here just to beat the miles. Got a day full of activities. So don't see having a whole lot of time to get these in later. So doing it now while I can. Gotta seize the opportunity. So it is 7 miles today. Gonna have to try and bust those out. The 6 miles on Thursday, they weren't great, but I got them done. And I'm still standing. For now. See you in a few. Okay, we made it 3.5 miles. The time is 38:14 right now. Turn around, heading back. Do you want to know what is annoying? And before you say me, it's sweaty and spider webs. Both of those things on their own are annoying. Combine them, you're having a bad day. Because you know, you get a spider web, you run across a spider web, and you know you're messing with it for a couple of minutes. Yeah, I hit one about a quarter of a mile in, half a mile in on my run out. I still have it. Can't get rid of it. Great times. We're almost done with my week 1, full week 1 of Dopey 2023 training. So we did 4 miles on Monday, we did 6 miles on Thursday, and we're doing 7 miles today, Sunday. Next week is probably going to be a lot of the same. That's a lot of the training runs last year were like that. I know I did a lot of 6 miles, 6 miles, 6 miles, and then long runs on the weekend. Probably going to be a lot of the same of that this year. And I'm okay with that. I really felt that I was prepared going into Dopey this year back in January. We had a really good time. And I think that's something that I can talk to you about throughout the remainder of this training series. So I'm gonna finish up this run today. Like I said earlier, I've got a full day, a lot of activities. So I will see you in just a minute. And with that, we are finished with my week 1 of Dopey 2023 training. It's not the official week 1, because that was a couple months ago. But it's the first full week of training that I finished. I did 7 miles today in 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 54 seconds. For those of you keeping track at home, that is an 11 minute, 24 second on average pace per mile. It is so humid. I mean, it's just now 20 after 8 in the morning, and the temperature is not so high. It's not so hot, but the humidity level is crazy high. I mean, my clothes are drenched. I'm soaked to the bone, just in sweat. It's disgusting, and you probably don't want to hear about that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on It's the Journey. If you feel so inclined, I'd appreciate a like, a subscribe, a comment, all of that good stuff. I didn't ask for that much last year, but you know, if we could start a dialogue, that'd be cool. If we could start a little community, that'd be cool. I don't know. Just however this happens. I don't expect anything. Don't really, you know, have a plan here. I'm just out winging it. And you get to watch. And I thank you. See you next week.